Everybody hear me in the back? Good afternoon. Thank y'all for being here. My name is Dave Harrell, and I'm the City of Jacksonville Sports and Entertainment Officer. And on behalf of Mayor Lenny Curry, we can't thank the media enough for being here today. Obviously, it's Florida Georgia week, and this is the biggest week of the year. And we've got some important information that we want to share with your audience, and look forward to doing that today. In a few minutes, you're going to hear from some folks that are going to share some helpful tips about how you should navigate the Florida Georgia experience. You're going to hear from Chief Leonard Proper with JSO, Bill McConnell from SMG. You're going to hear from Rick Catlett at JAX Sports and Leanne Rassler from JTA. All are here to share information and details with our members of the media, our friends in the media, so you can help us disseminate this information. It's very important. You know, this week is a special opportunity for our region. It's something that we look forward to every year. It is Florida Georgia week, and I will tell you that we are absolutely fully prepared from everything from a city perspective to be ready for this wonderful weekend. A lot of planning, a lot of work goes into all the details. I will tell you this is a year-round effort in terms of the planning and the execution to pull this off, and we take this very seriously. You know, our goal is to deliver an unparalleled experience for student athletes, for administrators from the schools, and most importantly, the fans that come in that are traveling from all over Georgia, all over Florida to experience this wonderful event. We encourage fans to visit flgajax.com. That is the official website of the Florida Georgia event. Everything that you can imagine around the weekend is on that website. So we really want all the fans to go to that platform to learn all the information and helpful tips that you need to have a great experience. We also encourage you to stay connected through Facebook and Twitter. We feel like that's another great way to kind of stay engaged with the event. We will be spreading a lot of positive messages for fans to be able to gather that information to make their experience a positive one. The official hashtag for Florida Georgia is UGA versus UF, and our Twitter handle is @FLVSGA. It'll be very robust in terms of the communication that we share, but it's not only through those platforms. We are very blessed that we've got a wonderful relationship with many stakeholders, JSO, the City of Jacksonville, the Sports Council, Visit Jacksonville, the Chamber, you name it. Everyone from a stakeholder perspective is involved with disseminating this information to the fans. RV City officially opened up this morning at 8 a.m., so we've already got a lot of people that are literally right next door in Lot E that are having a great time, and certainly we're pleased to have all of our friends and family that are here to experience this wonderful event. The city has 6 sideline safety zones and guest service areas. We encourage you to go to flgajax.com to learn about the information that's so pertinent to making sure that folks have a safe experience. Those safety zones are very important in terms of the experience that we deliver. If you go to the website, you're going to learn their location. They are in downtown as well as the sports complex. And we also encourage you to go to 904-630-SAFE if you've got any questions about our sideline safety zones. Finally, to our many partners, volunteers, dedicated staff, and stakeholders that work on this wonderful event from a year-round effort. Public safety is our top priority. This is something that we take very seriously. This is something that we plan out, we work on year-round. We've got a wonderful team. We cannot thank JSO, JFRD enough for the collaboration, the teamwork. This is a year-round effort to be able to pull this off, and public safety is central to everything that we do from a City of Jacksonville perspective. Lastly, I want to thank our members of our Unified Command for Florida Georgia. Without their leadership and guidance, none of this would be possible. So we thank them for everything that they do to make this event happen. It's in a steady hand with our unified command, and we cannot thank them enough. So let's have a great week. Let's make it memorable. Let's make it safe. Let's do everything that we know how to do as a city to make this Florida-Georgia game the absolute best that it can be. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Chief Leonard Proper from JSO, who's going to give you some JSO tips. Chief?
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody, for coming. We're excited to be here today. My name is Leonard Proper. I'm the Chief of Special Events for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. As we start to execute our Florida-Georgia Public Safety Plan, there's a lot of valuable information that we want to share with the public. This information involves interactive maps, scheduling, road closures, all the different programming that's happening in the sports complex, and all of that information is available at JAXSHERIFF.org, or you can follow us on Twitter at JSOPIO. But we do have some high priority items that we want to share with the public right now to make your visit to our city more efficient and more enjoyable. The most important part of the entire programming is you must come early Saturday. We're recommending 5 hours prior to kickoff to be in the sports complex in your parking areas. And I want to explain why. The game starts at 3:30. The gates open at 1:30. If you're not in your parking spot by 1:30, the entire traffic management plan shifts from vehicles getting to their parking spots to pedestrians getting to the stadium. So if you're not in your parking area by 1:30, then your commute will be prolonged even more because the priority goes to the pedestrians. So that's important. You must come early, and we recommend 5 hours. Parking passes, if they're prominently displayed, those officers in the field are very familiar with where you need to be, and they can get you in those parking lots better. Follow the signboards that we have on the infrastructure approaching the sports complex. Those signboards will tell you what lane to be in for the lots that you need. Don't rely on your GPS. Be familiar with your surroundings. We have the same named streets on both sides of the stadium. The game starts, it's daylight. When the game is over, it's dark. So we do have a problem with people getting confused on where they park. And then lastly, Interstate 95 going north has a recent change to the exit for downtown. So if you're on 95 north coming from the south end of town, as soon as you cross over the Emerson exit, there's a lane that you have to get into for the downtown bridges exits, the Acosta Bridge and the Main Street Bridge. That exit comes on quick right after Emerson, and if you miss it, then you're going to end up going all the way around to Union Street, and that's much more problematic approaching the sports complex. So be mindful of that new interchange exit on I-95 northbound. Now I want to talk a little bit about security. This is also very important to us. We have several sideline safety zones that are in the sports complex as well as downtown near the landing. Those sideline safety zones are for anybody who needs help. Not just students, anybody that needs help can go to that sideline safety zone. And if you find yourself on the wrong end of a poor decision, you can go there and we'll help you. There's no sanctions that come out of there. We're there to provide whatever assistance you need. So let's don't make a bad decision worse. If you find yourself in a spot where you need help, you go to a sideline safety zone and we're there to help you. Walk in groups, stay together. That's important. If you see anything suspicious, we want you to say something. Everybody's in this together. We all need to be vigilant. We all need to be on the same team. And if you see anything that's suspicious, please let a uniformed policeman or security officer know so that we can quickly respond and mitigate that. Be respectful and patient to the fans and the other people that are approaching the sports complex. You know, we're all in this together. Those officers are at every intersection to help you cross the street, to help you get in your parking lanes, and we appreciate your patience. And then lastly, underage drinking has always been a priority with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. This is something that the schools in the city, we're all on the same page. If you're under 21 years old, you cannot consume alcohol. And we will have police officers, ABT agents, and plainclothes people addressing underage drinking. The last 3 years, we've issued over 300 citations for underage drinking, and we will continue that process today and this weekend. Underage drinking is not acceptable. If you're under 21 years old, you'll be given a citation. If you're under 18 years old, a parent or guardian will come pick you up that day from the sports complex. This is your only warning. There'll be no warnings on Saturday. Underage drinking is unlawful, and we'll be ready to address those needs. So we'll stick around afterwards if you have any questions, and I want to bring up Bill McConnell from SMG. He's going to fill you in on some of the programming. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. My name is Bill McConnell. I'm the General Manager for SMG, for Everbank Field, Daly's Place, and Veterans Memorial Arena. Florida Georgia Week is finally here. Wow, hard to believe. You know, this is a very special week, as we all know. Jacksonville continues to show its big event capability with all eyes in the college football world on Everbank Field on Saturday. It says much about our city and our venue that we'll host this game Saturday, and we'll continue to host the holy grail of college football for the next several years. There's no better team of entities and individuals anywhere in the country brought together to host an event and week of events of this magnitude as there is in Jacksonville, Florida. I say it all the time, but when you look at the stakeholders, the universities of Florida and Georgia, the city leadership, JSO, JFRD, JTA, even bold events of the Jaguars along with SMG and so many others, it's a formidable collaboration on par with any city in the country. And an event like Florida Georgia happens only as a result of this tremendous collaboration. We're so excited to welcome the fans from all over the country and region this week, and as you've heard from Dave and Leonard, and you'll hear from others, Jacksonville is ready to host the best game yet in the history of this great matchup. Fans are going to see Everbank Field rise to the occasion. We've near completion of 13,000 seats installed in the north end zone, the south end zone, both clubs, and Everbank Field is ready to accommodate 82,000 fans on Saturday. It's hard to believe that Daly's Place is just about 6 months old, and we're excited about showcasing Everbank Field along with its new addition of Daly's Place Amphitheater and Flex Field for the fans of Florida and Georgia. It's a busy week, as you know. RV City opened this morning. Tonight, Carlos Santana is playing at at Daly's Place Amphitheater at 7 o'clock this evening. Wednesday night at Daly's Place, we have Kings of Leon at Daly's Place. Thursday night, the Hockey Icemen return to Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena at 7:30 with a special Florida-Georgia matchup as they host the Atlanta Gladiators of the ECHL. That'll be at 7:30. Friday night, the band Brand New comes to Daly's Place. Then, of course, the game on Saturday. And Sunday, Everbank Field hosts the Little Gator Bowl before the Jacksonville Fair starts to move in. Just a reminder for those that are attending the Daly's Place concerts, the parking lot will open 3 hours before showtime, and Lot J will accommodate patrons and guests going to the Daly's Place concerts, and a ticket will allow entry into Lot J. You know, all of this activity demonstrates the importance that this is much more than a game. It's a full week spectacle. And again, we welcome the universities of Florida and Georgia and their fans to Jacksonville and Everbank Field. Just a reminder, as you've heard, but it's worth repeating, more detailed information about the game and all week events can be found on the official game website at flgajax.com. Once again, that's flgajax.com. Also go to jaxevents.com and jaxsports.com. To fans attending the game, I know you've heard it from JSO and from the city, but it bears repeating. Have a plan on Saturday. Have a plan so that you can have the best experience possible, and some highlights for your plan should include sports complex parking lots open at 8 a.m. sharp on Saturday morning. Please do not arrive earlier than 8 a.m. to get access to the lots. Any vehicles parked overnight will be towed at the owner's expense, and this will be enforced. So again, sports complex parking lots open at 8 a.m. For those of you that are driving to the stadium and have a parking pass, make sure you show your parking pass as you approach the sports complex It will allow the traffic officers to help guide you to the proper location and will help expedite access into the sports complex. If you do not already have a parking plan or a parking pass, then you're encouraged to take the game day shuttle. Leanne with JTA will be up here in just a few moments to talk about that great program. SEC Nation will broadcast from the fan experience located in Met Park. That will begin at 10 a.m. The Florida-Georgia VIP Hospitality Party, which Rick Catlett's going to talk about in just a minute, will be hosted in the Daly's Place Flex Field beginning at 11:30. I just want to say that this is a huge addition to the annual Florida-Georgia festivities, and I encourage all of you to take advantage of the fact that Rick was able to open up some availability to that event, and you'll hear more about that in just a moment. Teams will arrive approximately 1:20, and both teams will feature an opportunity for fan interaction before their arrival into the stadium. Gator Walk will be outside of Gate 1, and the Dog Walk will be on the north end of the stadium between Gates 2 and 3. Florida, as the home team, will occupy the west sideline. Georgia will take the east sideline. Just to follow up on some of what Chief Proper had to say regarding access into the stadium, stadium gates open at 1:30. Can't say it enough. Have a plan to arrive early. Make sure you arrive early. Know your surroundings. Know your time. Pay attention to the clock, and get yourself into the parking lots so that you can get yourself into the stadium in plenty of time. At gates, metal detection will be enforced upon entry. Clear bag policy will be in effect. Clear bag policy will be in effect. Clear bags must be smaller than 12 by 12 by 6. Small clutches that are not clear, which can be about the size of one's palm, must be no larger than 4 by 6, and those can be placed inside the clear bag for inspection. Again, reminder, visit flgajax.com for information about the entry procedures and to get a list of the prohibited items. There will be an additional gate added this year on the north side of the stadium, Gate 6, which will be a great option for fans that use the Game Day Shuttle Express. Kickoff set for 3:30, nationally televised on CBS. As we said before, work your plan. Get yourself in a position to get into the stadium in time for kickoff so that you're not out at a gate because you decided to approach the gate too close to kickoff. Final note, the game is likely to end after sunset, so working your way back when you arrive at the stadium and you park, pay attention to where you are, note your parking lot, note your location, so that when you exit the stadium and it's dark, you'll be able to get to where you need to go. So that's it. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to bring up Rick Catlett, or I'm going to introduce Rick Catlett. I can't bring him up. But.
Thank you. Just a couple of quick things before I get to what I'm supposed to say. I grew up here. This is the largest single-day event in Jacksonville in history, and especially year in and year out. And I was in a meeting yesterday with Unified Command and all the public safety people through the city, the mayor's office, and everybody, and I have to tell you something. I walked away from that meeting so proud that all of our public officials, all of our public safety people take this game really seriously. And I have to tell you, when you think about 85,000 people coming here, it's one of the largest cities in the state of Florida, and everybody is dedicated to get people in, get people out in a safe manner, and have them enjoy football. Along that line, if you don't have a football ticket and you live in Jacksonville, the best thing to do is go to the beach. Stay out of this complex, because all you do is impact all of those people that are coming in here trying to find a place to park, a place to tailgate. And if you're not a part of it, it would be best for you to stay home. And I hope the citizens feel the pride that we all feel in this game and how important it is to our community. So now I'm here to talk to you about the facilities. We have been very blessed to have the Jaguars in the city of Jacksonville continue to upgrade this stadium and to make it one of the top 5 stadiums in America. The terrace suite, everything else is just unbelievable. But now we have the amphitheater and we have the flex field. And what we've really decided to do this year as the first step is we are going to open up the flex field, and we will have a VIP party for those top boosters of the two schools to come into the facility. Think about taking the football field and splitting it in half. On this side will be a private VIP party. Those people will come in, enjoy themselves prior to the game, starting at 11:30. We will also open up the entire other side of the flex field, starting at 11:30, and the public is invited to come in and view that facility. One of the things that the athletic director at Georgia said when he first saw the facility is this is the first renovation of this facility that our fans will get to take a part of and participate in. There are more plans down the road, obviously, to use the amphitheater and the flex field in different ways that we can use them. But for this year, the public is invited to come in and see the facility, enjoy themselves on that side, a private party on this side. We're not using the amphitheater, and we're not using the amphitheater for a reason. Close proximity to the stadium. We wanted to run a game to see how that worked out before we really got involved. The Jaguars obviously are doing a concert the night before for the fans that are coming in town. So I think if you looked around and you said, okay, Sports Council, Jaguars, City of Jacksonville, Public Safety, all of us working together, this game has been here for a long, long time, and I feel confident that this game will be here long past my years and Dave's years, but be here as a permanent event for Jacksonville in the future. And it is a neutral site football game. All I hear from the media is, why don't we have neutral site football games here? Well, we have one here every year, and this is it, and it's bigger than all the rest of them in Charlotte and Atlanta and in Dallas. So come, enjoy yourself, have a good time, be safe for God's sakes, and pay attention to what the police and the firemen tell you to do, and they'll keep you safe. The safety zones are an unbelievable idea, but remember that everybody that's working that game cares about this game, and we want to make sure it stays here. So with that, I'll turn it over to the Jacksonville Transportation Authority. By the way, if you don't have a parking pass, it'd be really smart to get on this bus. Leanne.
Thank you, Rick. And good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of our CEO, Nathaniel Ford, we are pleased to offer transportation again this year for the Florida-Georgia Classic. And this year we will be offering the stadium shuttle service known as the Game Day Express, and we also will have extended hours for our Skyway. So let me start with the stadium shuttle. Game Day Express will begin 3 hours prior to kickoff. So we're going to start that at 12:30, and we will operate it for 1 hour after the game ends. We have park and ride services from 5 conveniently located lots throughout the city. In our downtown, we have the Convention Center and Kings Avenue lots. And then in the suburban outlying areas, we have at the beaches, the Little League Park on Penman. We also have the JTB and Phillips lot on the south side. And brand new, our newest addition to the game day service is the Armsdale Park and Ride lot. And that is located off of Lem Turner at 295. So we encourage people to take those. We also have, for the Florida-Georgia game, we offer a shuttle-only service from the landing, and that picks up at Bay and Hogan. The pricing for Game Day Express, which is round trip and does include your parking, is only $8 from downtown. That's Convention and Kings. And then from the beaches, the Armsdale or the Southside lot, it's only $13. And again, I want to emphasize that is round trip and includes the parking. Now, the landing is $8 as well, being a downtown location. And I want to encourage people, there's several ways you can get your tickets. You can get your shuttle passes in advance by coming downtown to JTA's headquarters at 121 West Forsyth Street, which is at Forsyth and Hogan. You can go online on your app, not online on the website, but you can go on the app. You can download the MyJTA app for free, and you can use that mobile ticketing app to purchase you and your friends' Game Day Express pass. That's an easy way to do it. Or if you just want to wait and walk up day of at the Game Day Express lots, there will be a ticketing counter there, and you can purchase your passes there as well. I do want to shift to the Skyway for a moment and let people know that we are extending the hours on Friday evening on the Skyway. We're going to run it until 1 a.m. and on Saturday it will be open from 9 a.m. until midnight. I do want to remind everyone, though, due to the construction, of the Jacksonville Regional Transportation Center and other construction in the area, that the Convention Center and Jefferson Street Skyway stations are closed, but we have 6 other stations open: the Hemming, the Rosa Parks, the Central, the Kings, the River Place, and the San Marcos stations are all open, and those will conveniently allow guests that are staying in the hotels on the South Bank to get to the North Bank to enjoy all the wonderful festivities that we have going on this weekend. So I just want to remind everybody of that, and we're so excited and pleased to be a part of this wonderful classic that happens every year in our city. And so we just want to make sure, again, reiterate what everyone says, to stay safe. And if you don't have your parking passes, please, come on out, ride the Game Day Express. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll see me out there riding it and doing some social media as well. And I'll turn it back over to Dave.
Thank you, Leanne. We obviously mentioned public safety is our #1 priority. And so at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our fire chief, Chief Kurt Wilson. Chief?
Good afternoon. I'll be brief. I'll close with a safety message. We're supposed to have great weather for this weekend. And so I want to remind everybody to hydrate with all the other drinks that folks are hydrating with. Think of water. We want to make sure that everybody that does get here early is able to stay through the game and pass the game for the evening festivities. So again, hydrate. There's going to be 6 of the sideline safety zones that we keep talking about. There's 4 on the surrounding corners of the stadium, and there's 2 downtown at the landing. Anytime you see firemen, we're going to have dozens of EMS teams out there working in pairs. If you're lost, if you just need some help, whether it's a stub toe or you're actually having a medical emergency, come find us, flag us down. We're going to get you help, whatever that may be. But year after year, this is a good event. This is a safe event. We want the same thing happening this year. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, I'll close this out. I want to thank the media again for coming. We're grateful for your time today. A couple things I want to highlight. This is our sideline safety pamphlet. We hope that you'll take this information with you. Also, our Florida Georgia weekend guide. Everything that you would need to know about Florida Georgia is in this guide. And then lastly, I know we've mentioned it several times, but FLGAJAX.com is our official website. And I think you've heard it numerous times today. Have a plan, work that plan, be patient, be safe, and we hope everyone has a great experience. Thank you again for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones off to the side, and thank you very much. Appreciate it.